Hey there, aptituders. I'm going to introduce you to the digital flashcard creation app, Bitsboard. First thing you need to do is go to the App Store to find Bitsboard. And there are two versions of it. There's Bitsboard and then Bitsboard Pro. Bitsboard, the basic version, is free. Bitsboard Pro is not, but Bitsboard Pro does go on sale occasionally, so you should keep your eye out for that. But here's the basic version. We're going to open. Okay, when you open Bitsboard, you have the option of logging in as a guest, or you can create your own account. And to do that, you just have to give an email address and a password. So I've created an account. I'm going to go in under my account. When you go in, your home screen looks like this, and these are the boards that I currently have on my Bitsboard account. Okay, so let me show you what a finished board looks like, and then I'll show you how to create a board. Here is the board that we created in 4th grade to teach our robust vocabulary this week. When you create a board, you have any number of ways of manipulating the cards. I'm just going to show you the flashcard version right now. This is how we introduce the words.
Something that is eerie is strange and makes people feel afraid. This spooky forest is eerie because it makes people feel strange and maybe a little afraid. If a creature roamed an area, it wandered around that area. This guy is roaming around the desert because he can't remember where he parked his camel.
Okay, so that gives you a basic idea of what a finished deck of cards looks like. Let me show you how you create a deck. To do that, you go to the Add Board section and hit the plus sign. Then you just tap on Create a New Board. Alright, now to create a new board, you first need to give it a title. So we will call this Test Aptitude. And okay, then to create your first card, you hit the plus sign. Now, first thing you need to do is give your card a title. So one nice thing about Bitsboard is if you pick a word that is fairly common, Bitsboard will automatically populate your card with photo options. So let me show you. I'll type in frog here, and when I get rid of the keyboard, you see that it brings up any number of options. So I could choose from these frogs. I think that's a poison dart frog. So I'm going to keep that one. And then to record audio, to share my thinking, I would hit the red button here, and I could do it right now and go, "This is a poison dart frog," and hit stop. And then if I hit the playback,
"This is a poison dart frog."
There you have it. Okay, so if I'm happy with that card, the text, the visual, and the audio, I just tap outside of the white box to save it, and there it is on my deck. Now, let's say you don't want to use a photograph, and instead you want to use a drawing. What you could do for that is go into any drawing app. So let's try paper, because that's one that I like that's free. And okay, paper is going to take a second to open. Okay, and so there we go. Let's try this. So here's a picture of a tree I drew earlier. If I take a screenshot of this by hitting the home button and the power button simultaneously, oops, or well, I already have it in there. So let's pretend I took my screenshot. Now what I could do is I could go back into Bitsboard, and instead of using a photograph, we were working in this one. Okay, so for my, and I want to edit that board, so I'm going to hit here are my boards, and I'm going to go to the one we were working on most frequently, Test Aptitude, and I'm going to edit that. Okay, so now if I want to, let's say I want to do a tree here, but I don't like the photos, I can hit this X to get rid of them. I can hit the center, and then I can pull photos from these locations. So I'm going to hit my photo library, go to my camera roll, There's the tree that I got the screenshot of earlier. I'll adjust the size, hit it. There you go, and then I can hit the red button. This is a tree. Okay, so now I have 2 cards in my deck. You could go through this until you had all the cards you wanted. Then when you're ready to share this, the best way to do it, fastest way to share it with your kids is to just share it out to the cloud. So when I hit the share button, it'll upload to the Bitsboard catalog. And that'll take a couple minutes. But let me show you what that looks like when you're done. When you go to the catalog, there are thousands and thousands of boards that have been created by teachers and students addressing a variety of topics, and you can search by keyword or by category here. But let me show you. When I named my vocabulary board Robust 26, when I search that, you can see it comes up here, and if I hit the cloud button, it'll download onto my board. Now I already have it onto my board, but when your students log into Bitsboard, whether they're logging as a guest or under your account or under their own account, they can pull a board that you've placed in the cloud or in the catalog just by hitting this cloud button, and then it'll be part of their device. The great thing about that is that once they download it onto their device, they can manipulate it, which I'll show you in a second. All right, so let's go back here to my boards. Here's the great thing about pulling it out of the cloud is that something that starts out as something relatively teacher-directed can turn into something that is student-directed. So take the Robust Vocabulary board, for example. If I go up here to the gear, the settings, and I go to my boards, let's see here. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to hit this Robust Vocabulary, and I'm going to say I want to edit it. What your kids can do is once they they've studied the words for a while, is they can go in here and you can ask them to remake these cards. So you can tell them, get rid of my image, and I want you to add your own image. And you can do that either by having them find their own photograph or by having them draw something that represents the image. They can also get rid of your audio just by hitting the red button and recording over your audio. And so then by the end of it, they can generate their own deck of cards, which they can then share with other people, and everyone benefits from all the cards that have been created. And it goes from being a receptive process to more of an active process, which is great. Okay, last thing I'll show you is that another nice thing about the boards is that with the vocabulary, I introduced them with the flashcards, but then during word work over the course of the week, the kids can choose from these sort of enjoyable options. The Explore option allows you to just tap the picture and then you get the definition read back to you.
Something elegant is graceful and pleasing to look at. This kitty cat is elegant because it is graceful and pleasing to look at in its kitty tuxedo.
Okay. Another option you have is the photo touch, which is where the word will be at the bottom of the screen and then they will have to touch the appropriate photo. True or false is they'll put the image up and the word, and the child will have to decide whether or not they match. Bingo is a multiplayer game where you have some of the images from the words but not all of them. The words pop up. If you have the correct image, you mark it on your bingo card. Pop quiz shows you the image and then gives you 3 options and you have to select the word. Matchup requires that you match the image to the word. Word Builder is better for younger readers. Spelling Bee shows you the image and then you have to actually write the word. Photo Hunt is sort of a matching game or a memory game. And then let's look at Reader here. Reader just, again, it gives you the word and you have to identify the picture. So the kitty is the elegant one, and there you have it. At the end, it'll give your kid a score, and if you choose to record that in some way, it can be useful formative assessment data. Okay, there you have it. That's a basic introduction to Bitsboard. More videos to come.